and welcome back everyone to some more Apex news, leaks, and all the goodies that come with it. Today's going to be a bit longer of an episode as we have got a ton to go over today. From the release of this video, the Apex Season 22 trailer has been dropped. So getting into some of the news that we have, it looks like that there's going to be an aim assist nerf that is actually coming for consoles when getting matched into PC lobbies. Kind of curious to see how that goes and what their plan for that is and how exactly it will be nerfed. I don't know if it's going to be a total overhaul on it, but it'll be interesting to see what they come up with in regards to that. Along with that, in the trailer, we actually do get to see the akimbo weapons make a appearance in there as well, as it looks like that you can go ahead and akimbo the P2020 along with the Mozambique. Now, the interesting thing about this is it looks like that it is not actually going to be a hop-up like everybody was presuming that it was going to be, but instead, this is actually going to be you just walk up to a P20 or you walk up to a Mozambique and just pick up the second one, which will then grant you the second held weapon in your hand. So there is not going to be any needed hop-up for that, which is going to be very interesting to see, because what that means, and I believe the community might actually be a little bit divided on this one, I know I am a little bit divided on it, that along with that, no hop-up being needed for it, that means that you will still be able to put the hammer points on there, I believe so, which is going to cause a little bit of stir, having a double Moz or a double P2020 that has hammer points on it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they're able to kind of balance that and hopefully give us all a good game experience and not have it just completely overpowering everyone and everything in there. Along with that, it looks like that there is a new hop-up actually coming into the game for Season 22. It'll be specifically for, I believe, any and all LMG weapons that are going to be in the game. So this hop-up, I'm not sure exactly what the name is, haven't seen a name for it yet, but it looks like that the hop-up is going to be going on LMGs, and it is actually going to give a overshield to those, kind of like a cover shield of what Gibby's arm shield is. And it'll have 40 HP, you are able to destroy it, and it does recharge over time as long as that hop-up is activated on your LMG rifle. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do that, how they balance that one as well, and if it is going to make Gibby more meta, or if it's going to make him obsolete, as any legend can't hold it now and pretty much have that additional kind of Gibby arm shield along with that. Another leak that we saw, and I was actually able to see this one personally, it looks like that they are actually giving controller legends a new kind of passive to where anytime you're out in the zone, you will get an additional 25% of shield. Now, it may not seem like much, but if you're getting pinched or if you're getting pretty much just camped out of zone, it'll give you a little extra defense if you're getting shot at to be able to kind of get back to cover, re-strategize, and be able to get out of there with a little extra shield. I do not believe it works with health. It is only going to be with shield. So we're going to have to kind of see how that plays out as well, along with some of the other changes coming. Along with that, we did get the Season 22 trailer. We got to see what District is going to look like, and me personally, I love how it looks. It's a vibrant, beautiful, colorful, although at night map, so it's going to be very interesting to see how some of the gameplay is going to be on it, since it looks like a more city-esque area. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a great map. I think it's going to help kind of revive some of the player fatigue that a lot of people are getting, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great map to play on, and I cannot wait to actually get hands-on experience with it, but you all know what I think of it as well. Along with that, it looks like that Apex may have actually made a deal with Epic Games, because they are now actually bringing it to the Epic Store, which means that there's going to be a different variety of players that might actually be able to play the game, which means that they might actually get their player base back up if Epic Games is actually able to get it on there. It'll be interesting because fanbase is still down right now, so we're going to have to see if this actually helps it or hurts it in any way possible. Along with that, we got some leaks that there's going to be a brand new matchmaking system that'll help new players and old players kind of get into better lobbies that better suit them personally, which I think is a really great idea, as I myself am a bit of a seasoned player. I've been playing ever since the game came out. Along with that, I have a buddy who is relatively newer to the game, but I think this will definitely help him in regards to some of those harder matches that he finds himself in when it comes to playing with me and a couple of friends of ours that are higher level. He's definitely gotten better at the game. He's getting really, really good at it. But for some newer players that are just starting out, I think it is going to be a great opportunity to be able to actually get into the game and start off and pretty much get as good as they want to with it at their own pace. Coming back up this Saturday from the release of this video, Ranked Rumble is actually going to make an appearance this Saturday. Almost like a beta test, it looks like that they are going to be doing for this one, which I'm actually excited to see what the Rumble rank looks like. Now, original leak showed that you could only squad up by yourself. You could not actually get in a full squad with your friends that you want to play with, but that has actually been reverted back to where you can squad up with friends now. So they changed it back due to some community backlash that happened a couple of weeks back when they first announced that they were going to bring Rumble back in and you weren't able to squad up with your friends. So it's a good change. It's going to be helping it a lot to get some of the player base back into it with some of their friends. It looks like that we do know now that we know what the Season 22 reactive skin is going to be. It looks like it is going to be the RE45, which is a fan favorite weapon, obviously. Everybody loves the RE45, so it's going to be interesting to see what the weapon looks like. In the new gameplay trailer, I don't believe we saw anything of what it is going to look like, but I'm very intrigued to see what the reactive RE45 skin is, especially with the hammers on it, being able to shoot those off. It's going to look pretty dope, I think, in my personal opinion. Along with that, in the trailer, we actually see Octane shooting some other legends, and we see health bars and shield bars above the enemy that he is shooting. I don't believe this is a new passive. I believe this is actually going to be an upgrade for Octane on either his level 2 or level 3 body armor once he gets it leveled up, which will be very interesting to see how that works out for him and how much change that is actually going to be for his character and his kit, because I think it's going to be a really, really cool kind of addition to Octane, with him kind of being a speedster, trying to get around to see if he can flank someone, seeing what their health is. I think it's actually going to be a really cool addition for his character. Along with that, it looks like in trios and quads, we're going to be getting Battle Sense, which we first saw in solos, that once an enemy gets, I believe, within 50 meters of you, you are alerted of that enemy being nearby. So it'll be kind of interesting to see and kind of give everyone a heads up with your team of, hey, there's someone coming in behind us, or there's someone in front of us potentially. It'll kind of help with those audio issues that Apex has always been fighting with, where even if you can't hear the enemy sneak up behind you, you will know they are behind you as well. So I think that's going to be really, really helpful to keep in mind with that. And the final thing I got for y'all today is it looks like that they are bringing a brand new mechanic in for Season 22. It looks like this one is going to be called Bin Refresh. Now, for this one, I was very intrigued to kind of read up on it and see what it is. And it looks like that halfway through the match, once the bins in all areas have been opened, they are actually going to go ahead and reset. Now, what that means is any bin that has been opened, as in this area right here that I'm in at the moment, any of these bins here that are going to be open, once it gets about halfway through the match or a certain specific point in the match, they will all actually reclose, and they will be randomly generated with different items in them than what they originally were. So that's going to be really helpful, especially I think for new players that aren't really, into looting or great at looting, trying to figure out what they need. They will be able to actually use this mechanic to make sure that there is still some areas where they can go ahead and get some extra loot up and get back into the fight quicker. So I think it's going to be a really good change. I'm looking forward to seeing how they implement all of this in and to see where Apex is going to go from here, if their player count comes back up, and how exactly it's going to change the meta for the rest of the season going afterwards once it launches next Tuesday from the release of this video. But let me know in the comments down below, are you excited for the changes coming in Season 22, or are you wanting them to revert back to some earlier season gameplay type? Let me know in the comments what you want, what you do like, what you don't like about the changes, and I will talk to you all later. Have a blessed one.